It's a very diverse area. There's definitely different parts to the capital region, unlike some cities that are built off of a hub.
And then, of course, history. There's just a tremendous history of the actual founding. This is one of the oldest cities in the country.
This particular community is poised for extraordinary growth, with the Tech Valley concept being in the forefront of that.
You kind of have a small town atmosphere here in the capital region, but you have all the big town amenities close by.
Tech Valley, the capital region, whatever you call it, this is our home and everybody has an opinion about it. For those of us in the communications business, putting out a great product is a means to an end. Actually, what we really strive to do is improve lives and build communities. But in order to do that, we have to know what matters most to viewers. The Tech Valley Now project was developed to help answer that question. It's the pairing of two premier communication firms in the capital region, WMHT, the region's public television and radio institution, and Zone 5, the fast-growing, research-driven marketing communications firm. A project like this has never been done before at this level. Tech Valley Now will be a great resource to help inform the thinking and planning of our elected officials, business and civic leaders as they work to create the best quality of life possible for all of us.
There are tremendous regional assets in this region. There is a tremendous synergy that already exists on a 20-year foundation of collaboration, cooperation, communication, that we believe working with our two-member companies, Zone 5 and WMHT, will advance the cause that all of us have been working collaboratively together on for so many years.
Our project began with a question: what matters most to the people who live in our region? We then set out to ask as many people that question in as many different ways as possible.
The population more than tripled in 10 years.
We held focus groups with community residents, neighbors, educators, and parents. We invited community leaders to participate in town hall meetings. We conducted interviews with elected officials, business, civic, and cultural opinion leaders. And we broadened that reach with a web-based survey to help quantify our findings and allow more people to participate. In the end, we heard hundreds and hundreds of opinions that helped shape this project.
I'm Robert Altman. I have the good fortune to be the president and CEO of WMHT. But just as the region's changing, so is our business. It's changing as well. And we've begun to think of our role not just as a broadcaster, but as a community resource. And it was from that belief that Tech Valley Now was conceived. Broadcasting, as you all know, is the ultimate one-way communications model. I think we're probably the only people who begin their communications by going into a soundproof room and closing the door behind themselves and speaking one way. Our goal, of course, is to replace that one-way model with a two-way conversation. And this community listening project is our way of organizing that conversation. When we began to think about how we might implement this idea, we looked for a partner who shared our commitment to the community and had the expertise to tease the most information possible out of that community, useful information that would inform our work. That led us to our friends at Zone 5, and I'm pleased to introduce Paul Fahey, their CEO, to talk more about the specifics of our project. Paul?
We've had a number of these questions in our mind over the years about, where's this region heading? Where are we, what have we become? How do we think about ourselves? How do we describe ourselves? Are we Tech Valley? Are we something else? And where are we headed? There's a lot of changes, I think, that are taking place.
The area known as the Capital Region is home to 1 million people. It encompasses 11 counties, and it's home to the state capital in Albany. It also encompasses 2 cities, Schenectady and Troy, and it's home to 2 resort communities, Lake George and Saratoga Springs.
It's a great place to live, so as you set up roots, you don't want to pick them up.
It's really a crossroads.
I would say that Albany is probably the best place ever to live.
We live in 378,000 households. We are at a median age of 37. More than 360,000 of us are on the roads each morning driving to work. Another 105,000 of us wake up and get ready for our next college class. And another 124,000 of us are on our way to one of the primary schools in our communities. But the region that some of us call Tech Valley is even broader, stretching from the Canadian border south to Westchester County. Tech Valley is fast becoming widely recognized as a premier site for the development of innovative high-technology companies. Tech Valley contains more than 1,000 technology companies providing more than 50,000 jobs. The companies of Tech Valley have an economic impact of $5 billion and an annual payroll of $2 billion.
They're here physically, and that works for them as well because they get to do everything in this one geographic location. Can you explain to our viewers why that's so important in the R&D world?
There are a couple reasons. One is more strategy business. The other one is physical necessity. From a business strategy, having the consortium where all the partners are located in the same place, working at the same time jointly, allows all of them to innovate jointly, to be exposed to the latest and greatest. This co-location model allows them not only to innovate as part of a team, but also to witness other ideas being developed in real time and learn what's coming down the pipeline, be innovating on the fly, if you will.
Its strategic location, where the Mohawk flows into the Hudson River, gave the region its place in history as an early transportation, trade, and industrial center. Location remains a critical factor in today's rapidly changing business environment. The Capital Region and Tech Valley's location facilitates unparalleled access to a large and affluent market area. The largest population concentration in North America is within 1 day's shipping time, 850 miles of the Capital Region. Of the United States and Canada, this represents 132 million people with a total personal income of over $1.7 trillion. 56% of all skilled workers, over 50% of all retail sales and wholesale receipts, 54% of all manufacturing facilities, and 60% of all the manufacturing products shipped within the U.S. and Canada. But those are just the numbers, the cold, hard facts. What we really wanted to do is go beyond the figures and find out what really matters to the people who live here.
What was it about the Capital Region that you found an interesting place?
Our town hall meeting was moderated by Paul Fahey, Zone 5's chief operating officer and director of this research project.
Thought I'd just start with the simple questions first, and maybe even start with you, Susan. Understand you're relatively new to the region, and I'm curious, as a new resident, what was your perspective? What was it about the Capital Region that you found an interesting place that you might want to put down some roots for a while?
The incredible diversity of opportunities, whether it's opportunities to hear good music or see good theater or go to a good college or find an excellent medical center or be out in the countryside on a bicycle or this time of year cross-country skis. So what's been really attractive has been the quality of life in every level, from the personal life to the intellectual life to the life of the arts.